bitches. Remember when this was like a thing? Like people were doing that dance.
I didn't do that. What was it?
Really? I don't get it.
That was Drake.
I know when I highlight bling.
I can't do it.
I don't need her. Pull a drop top with an eater. Two-seater. New bitch wanna fuck in my AP. New freezer. I woke up thinking about bands. Hop off a jet to a check when I land. My bitch too foreign in the visa. I don't need her. Pull a drop top with an eater. Two-seater.
Class is in session. Damn, it's poppin'. How you doing? We are here in another video. Okay, my name is Toni B, and this is Fanta, Shenell, and these are my beautiful babies. Okay, so in today's video, I felt like it was the perfect time to start talking about colleges because, you know, like, I feel like a lot of people, they don't tell us what we need to know before we go to school, and then we go, and then, you know, we just be making a fool of ourselves.
Confused.
So we decided that we were gonna give you guys some tips and tricks to help you survive your freshman year of college. And some of these can take you throughout your sophomore all the way to your senior year. So hopefully these tricks that we've learned can, you know, help you guys survive this jungle that we be in. So we wanted to talk about roommates because especially for those who who live on campus, I feel like roommates, they are the first people that you do meet and you spend a lot of time with them. So your freshman year.
Oh,
How was your roommates?
oh no, I'm not gonna lie. I actually really loved my roommates because we all got along. You know, we didn't fight about the food. Like people fight about food a lot in college. We didn't fight about that. Like we kind of had a thing where we all came and set up our cabinets because our dorm was more like apartment style. So we literally had so many cabinets. So I think I got there first and no one cared about the cabinet I chose. And it was like the biggest one. But I am the cooker, so I didn't mind and they didn't mind.
I don't know. I feel like it's a give or take. Like you win some, you lose some because like some people, like I had great roommates my sophomore year of college. But my freshman year, because I moved in last, you know, like they already had their bond or whatever. So like I moved in last, so they treated me like I was the
Outsider.
Yeah, you know, not all of them, like two of them, but one, because it was 4 of us in the unit. So one person, like she was amazing. The other two, like I got along with until they started trying me, and I had to let them know, like, look,
I'm that one.
I'm not the one.
I am not
2
or the 3. Okay, don't play with me.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I roomed with my best friend the year before, and she was great. Like, you know, there was no problems. It was just, that's another thing. If you coming from high school and you're rooming with your friend, you have to be very, very careful because my mom always says this thing: see me and live with me is 2 different things. You hear me? Like seeing me in high school 5 days a week, that's cool, but we don't live together. Once you move and you're in a close space,
I think everyone has friends that they've seen that happen to because
I have seen that.
We've seen that happen.
Yeah, it's really weird. Like, especially working there, like we've seen friendships clash. And it's the saddest thing ever because you see people who were friends in high school, even before high school, and then they room together, and either someone comes in and penetrates that friendship, or they just don't know how to live alone, and that ends up clashing their friendship.
Oh, like my advice to like especially freshmen going in, just like, you know, talk things out. Like it doesn't make sense to fight because I've seen so many girls like argue or like want to like violating other people's stuff. Like don't do that because it's only gonna get you in trouble, and you and that person, it's very hard to mend friendships that way after you like start, you know, like disrespecting each other's space and all that stuff. So just like definitely talk it through. If your roommates, you guys are having a problem, talk to your RA. Like they are the number 1 person to go to. Go to them before you even go to the resident director or the people like that's in charge of the dorms because they will. You alright?
Should have cried about that one later.
Like, you know, they're definitely the like liaison between you and your roommates basically, or between you and your floor mates, because floor mates, they be getting into it too, and I don't understand why because you guys don't live in the same like dorm room.
Loud neighbors, we got finals.
Oh my
Come
god.
see me.
Come
You.
see me. I'm like,
Wow.
but the girl was, I would understand though, because like that
That's dry.
cleaning, let me tell you something about cleaning. Like, I'm Jamaican, okay? Like, and I'm pretty sure, like, you guys, like, understand, too. Like, when you clean, especially, like, a bathroom or kitchen, you need to move all the things that's there out of the
kitchen,
space.
yep.
Yeah.
Move it out. My roommate, first of all, sis would clean around this stuff, and you would get, like, the ring underneath that, and our tub was white, the walls was white. Like, we had wooden floors, so you gotta make sure, like, you mopping, get around the toilet seat, because you be having your man come through.
No, they don't. They don't.
Like, come on,
That's
now.
dirty.
Clean behind your
gets
toilet
around
seat.
that.
And we got lucky because our toilets didn't get dirty as much. Like,
But
the
it got,
porcelain
like,
was
really
really good, but it got
dusty.
dusty. You had to
Like,
clean it.
Look, especially if you having your boyfriend come over, it's not fair to your roommate that she gotta clean up
His
after your
piss.
boyfriend's pee.
Oh my
Okay,
god!
disgusting.
First of all, my freshman year, my roommate's boyfriend
Mhm.
used to take a shower in our bathroom, and I was the designated bathroom cleaner, and I used to love cleaning the bathroom.
Bitch, what?
The sink, because we had a vanity sink. No, like, my mom makes me clean the bathroom at home, so I just always
Oh, no.
don't mind cleaning the bathroom. I don't have to sweep, I don't have to mop, I don't have to do dishes, I do the bathroom. But it was just us two. Like, apartments
Oh,
down,
you
we
had
only
two-
shared the bathroom with
oh.
one person in our dorm, so it was only me and her. So, literally, like, the sink on the outside of the vanity sink, he would brush his teeth, and, like, he would leave, like, the white spit stains
That
all
is
over the sink.
Guys, yo.
But it would be backed up like that for a week, and I wasn't cleaning it because I'm not cleaning up after your man.
Right.
That's not my man.
He would use my face wash. He would overuse
no.
the shower. Mind you, he lived under us. Like, he had an
No,
apartment.
he lived there
But
on
he
top
lived
of
in the
it.
dorms. It don't matter.
Yo.
No, like, he
No
literally
way.
used to take a shower. Listen, the phone knows I'm speaking facts. He used to literally take a shower, and then they would get upset that I didn't clean the bathroom, but I made it very clear. I will clean up after you and I'm not cleaning up after your boyfriend.
Right.
I'm
That
sorry,
makes
my mom did not
sense.
send
When
me
he
to
got
school
his
to do
own
that.
room downstairs.
He had his own
Honestly.
apartment and a bathroom downstairs, and by force, he was showering in our shower. He was spitting in our sink, so she kind of
Using your stuff.
using my
Nah,
My clean and
using my
clear
face and stuff.
And under
my
control.
favorite one. He would use it every day, and apparently his excuse was he had really bad breakout. I didn't care about
So
the
buy
face
your own
wash. He literally used
Or make
my.
your girlfriend buy it.
Right.
Or tell her buy my
I'm
stuff
saying,
back.
listen,
Right.
and I used to have to buy the toilet paper, and he would come and borrow one from the whole, because I would put the old thing under the
No
cabinet.
way.
He would come and take one and grab
No,
stuff. No, because she was
man.
really, she's one of the sweetest people you would ever meet,
Mhm.
but it was just like, she just let him get away with so much,
And
and
that's
I
not
just
Yeah.
felt
right.
like it was
Which is
too
wrong.
hard, yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like, you're not living with yourself. And if you have somebody
Yeah.
else, like, anytime I used to have her come over, like, I made sure she used my stuff and my stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You
and I
have to
cleaned up
respect,
after
you gotta
myself.
Exactly, and she cleaned up
Yeah.
after herself. You can't be having people come in your space
and
and
get
then, like,
comfortable. You know that they're convinced that because we're RAs, we're probably just dumb. We probably don't go to school. Or we're probably
we go to
just,
class.
We weren't born here.
We were.
RAs are smarter than you.
We were
Whatever you
born-
think you did as a freshman, I
I've
done
done
better.
and seen, and
I
I'm not
have
gonna say
done-
I've done it. Mom might see this, but
Oh.
we've seen it. We know all the tricks. Ask the upperclassmen. They know what we know, which is why they
Right.
don't get caught. Okay.
And that is why if I did do what some of you are probably going to do, I never got caught.
Right. That's why I'm in
You
this
feel
job
me?
right now. You
Right.
know.
Like, just be smart about what you do.
Yeah.
Go to class so you don't fail and your parents won't kick you out.
C's get degrees, but C's don't get jobs.
Facts. A's and B's all the way.
Yeah.
Maybe like 1 C if you really slacking.
B
like,
minus
not
here or
go for it.
there. Yeah.
But I feel like you should definitely earn to get that GPA up because
Yeah.
Facts. But
Like-
you know, you got that one professor that be on your case about some shit, and you just like
It is those professors that just they
that
don't know
just
how to
don't.
teach.
Yeah, and you just be you study,
Yeah.
you work hard, and you still be like,
What is this grade? Yeah.
But I feel like at that point you just gotta like really push through it because the professor at the end of the day they getting paid to teach you whether you pass the class or not. So I feel
Yeah.
like it's up to you to be like, you know what, like even though this professor is really like giving me a hard time, like I have to pass this class because I feel like the mistake a lot of freshmen make too is that, you know, like I could just slack off because I got this year to fix it, and then it goes on into your sophomore year and your junior year, and then now you in your senior year, you got to graduate in May, and you got D's and C's everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it doesn't work like that, and it doesn't look good, especially if you want to continue your education. But I feel like you should definitely, especially freshman year, like go to class. Like I made the mistake my freshman year, like I was hanging around with some people that like they Man, I'm sorry, Mom, but like I wasn't going to class. Like I wouldn't, and it's crazy because like I would hear like stories from like my high school teachers who would say like they got their grade up like their sophomore, junior year, or whatever, and now like they got their masters and all that stuff. But like I really was not going to class. Like I was really like a waste man. You feel me? You can't be a waste man in college.
If you don't pass, it's your ass.
It's your ass.
It's your
Go
ass.
to class. I know, like, the first week you find that professor who probably doesn't take attendance. Don't be the student who doesn't go to class.
Because the day you choose not to go to class, you
Go
don't take
to
attendance.
class. It'll be the one class you miss that is so, like, detrimental and important to that one exam. You need to go to class.
And then you have some students that they don't go to class, but they pass
Every test, everything.
Some people know how to study, though. Like, if you're not a student that knows how to study outside of class,
I am
don't
not
miss
a
class.
student that does know how to study. I can't study to save my life. It's like, it just doesn't stick. But when I'm with like other people, like in a classroom, it's completely different.
Yeah.
Like the information is just like.
But like different things work for different people though. Like some
Yeah.
people like studying in like
Quizlet, flashcards.
But you know, Quizlet they
got shut down.
Yeah, not
Bro,
that they
Not
got
shut
shut
down,
down.
but people are like reporting certain
That's
exams.
OD. They don't want us to. They don't want us to.
Man,
We're
pass.
almost done. Like,
I don't think you should rely on Quizlet because sometimes the answers like
all the way
I
down.
can change the answers on Quizlet at any moment.
exactly. So
So,
like you can't be like dependent
Chegg.
on Quizlet. Chegg is good
And
too. You gotta pay
yeah.
for it.
Course
But
Hero as well. You
Those
have to pay for it.
websites they help you a lot. You
Yeah,
know, like,
if it's free, don't trust it all the way. It may help, but it may not.
Look,
Those you pay
they
for
tryna
are the
jib
ones
you.
that actually come through.
you do not need to buy these textbooks. You hear me? Like the only textbooks that I keep are literally the ones for my major. Like if you don't need those for your major, do not
Sell
buy the
them.
textbooks.
Find the PDFs.
Exactly. Go to your library who have them ready to go.
Yeah, true.
And like print out, like make copies of the pages.
yeah,
but
or
do
scan
not-
it.
Right, because
Yeah.
you're wasting so much money for a textbook that you're gonna only use one semester.
That was my problem. My whole
Exactly.
first semester, I bought every book because my parents thought, "Oh, you're gonna need it." Come to find out, I used it like one time and never touched it again. I'm like,
And
so
like
what am I supposed to do with this? The
sometimes you
library
don't
was
even
like,
open
"Oh,
the
I'll
book.
take it back." I'm like, for free?
I think that's
Right.
why it
You
helps.
pay?
Like, if you are the student that studies outside of class, it helps to have those textbooks because if you don't want to go to class, you can read that whole chapter and you'll teach yourself. But honestly,
But we're not
find
saying
out.
not go to class though.
Yeah, but don't buy the book the first day of class. Like, give it a week.
Yeah.
If it's not super important, give it a week or two. Find someone in class who has
the
a textbook. Find the library first. Find the PDFs because there are.
Because the
free
library,
PDFs.
like chances are they will have the books
They-
like
99%,
for you.
yeah.
You know, like but you're wasting like $600-700
Yeah.
on textbooks that you're gonna use once. Like
Yeah.
the only textbooks that I have now is my psych textbooks, and I know for a fact when I go to grad school I'm gonna need those.
And I
books.
only kept my
Yeah.
education books
Like,
because I
but-
need them.
Exactly.
Yeah, history books. If you're not a history,
You're not
major,
gonna
you
need it.
do
That
whatever.
Core 100 book, you use it for 30 seconds and you have to sell it.
If
The
you
only
gotta
book,
take,
the only book I really needed
same
in
size
college
one,
Well, a lot of
was.
schools maybe. It's not
Statistics.
core. It's like a history class. Yeah.
I only needed my statistics book. Like I really needed that because
Yeah.
we did work like right in the textbook. So it was
Same.
like,
yeah, like books that you need to do the work out of.
Yeah.
Buy those.
But you may be
or
lucky
you can
because
rent books.
my Orwell textbook was in the library with all the homework questions. So I would go there and take photos on my iPad and do the questions at home because I was not buying that book.
Exactly.
They changed the edition
every
semester.
and it's the same thing. It's the same thing, just written in
It's the
different
chapter.
ways.
It'll be a little longer. So
Yeah.
chapter 14 in one book will be like chapter 15
19 or something.
Same
Yeah.
thing. Like they want you to spend all this money, and most of us like we don't be getting financial aid to be paying all these monies, like all this money for books. Like, but don't waste your money on textbooks that you're not gonna need.
Do
Like,
not buy textbooks from
Just
the
don't waste your
bookstore.
money, period.
don't buy
Do
textbooks.
not
Don't
buy
waste
from the
your
school
money,
bookstore.
period.
They're gonna
Yeah.
be twice as much
Like,
because the school has to make the money
Go
off
on
of it.
eBay.
eBay, Chegg,
Amazon.
Amazon
Listen,
saved my
Amazon
life.
for students.
Do
okay?
not buy
Students.
Amazon Prime if you got some money with Amazon Prime. Don't waste your money. I'm sorry, I use her. I do not pay for Prime for that reason.
I use other people who
Yeah.
have Prime. If you know somebody that got Prime, bro, just
Don't be.
And
a-
don't give out your
put yourself
passwords.
on.
If you have Chegg or Course Hero, do not give out your passwords. The whole school will have your password before you graduate.
And you
I
gotta be
have it
tight.
and my sister has it, and no one else better have it because
Can I have
I pay $16 a month.
it? Bro, I give you my Amazon.
You
Prime.
can have my Chegg password, but are you gonna need it?
Why wouldn't
I feel like
really
Chegg
do
has
need
all
this
the answers
semester,
for like math and the chemistry. Do they have the psych answers?
I don't know. We'll look.
We'll find out. Yeah,
Because I need to
don't pay
graduate.
for it, but don't steal it either.
Yeah, like if you have friends that you know, like you could trust, like don't be an a-hole, and like if your friend trusted you with the password to their
give it to everybody.
Yeah, you giving it to everybody else. Like, come on, you got credit card on file. Like, they could.
Yeah, and don't be giving out if your friend gives you test banks or like
don't give it to
answers and stuff. Don't give it to everybody. There's a reason why some people don't have it. If everyone gets their hands on those test banks, the professor's gonna change the exams, and most of them are only test bank based. So literally, between you and your friend, if you can trust someone, help them out, but don't give it to the whole class. Have your one group and you guys study.
Because then your professor's gonna be like, "How y'all passing these tests?"
And there's always that one snitch in class that's gonna tell the teacher that somebody got the test banks.
We're gonna have to fight.
Like, to be honest,
I've had to deal with that many times.
And like with like your classes too, like one thing no one told me like when I was a freshman, and now like I'm suffering because I got to take all these classes my senior year. If you want to graduate in the 4 years that you are in school, you can take 15 credits or more per semester.
Do not take 12. It's not realistic.
It's not realistic. You're not gonna graduate on time. You graduate in, 5 years tops?
Maybe 4 if you take summer classes, winter classes, but nobody has the money for that. It's expensive.
Exactly.
And if you do have the money, you don't want to take a summer class every single summer or winter if you're a commuter. Commuters do not need to travel.
It's cold
in winter.
outside.
It's freezing in New York City. Winter is
cold.
Honestly,
it's terrible.
Listen, Ice Age.
It's terrible. It's a blizzard out here. It's a blizzard. But honestly, do not take 12 credits. Like when I did NSO, like new student orientation, they told me like, to take 12 credits because it'll be easier on freshmen.
Take it easy on yourself.
And I cut in and I said, do not take 12 credits.
I didn't take advice.
Yeah, she didn't take my advice. And do not listen to people who say don't take morning classes. Some of the best professors teach in the morning. I swear.
Yeah. If you're not a morning person, honestly, like I'm not gonna. Don't force yourself.
But don't be like 8 a.m.'s.
I have never taken an 8 a.m. in my
I've taken them every single fall semester since I got to college, and it's not intentional. The professors were just the best, and I wasn't gonna miss out, and I wasn't gonna wait, But honestly, 10 a.m. and forward is good. Our school last class.
10 a.m. See, they lived on campus though. I don't live on a campus. I have to commute. True. So 8 a.m.s, 2 semesters in a row is not.
It's not unless you live across the street from school, but still, you don't want to do that.
Like, 10 a.m.s, I had a professor when I did research, she was like, 10 o'clock in the morning is the best time, like your brain is up and like alert. And it's I don't know what she was talking about though, because most mornings I wanted to sleep.
I think it's because you don't get up and you don't prepare yourself to get up for that 10 o'clock class. Like literally, if you have a 10 a.m. class and you live on campus, get up at 9, take a shower, eat breakfast, and get to class 10 minutes early. I don't like to be late to class. Like I have to be there 10 minutes early to get my seat, to settle in, like, and I want my seat. Like, if you sit in my unassigned seat.
Lie. Don't be that asshole and sit in somebody's assigned
Listen,
seat.
You're basic. Oh my God, story time, quick. Listen, I was taking a summer class this July, and there's this girl. She had to be at least 50 in our bio class, and she was a weirdo.
When she said this girl,
we couldn't determine 50. No, but she looked and act 50, but she could also be like 20. We couldn't tell.
Oh, she's not 50.
We don't know. She's 50 in my head. Why we're sitting down for the exam and some kid wanted him and all his friends to sit together. They always sat the back row, but they just sat a seat closer than they usually do. She comes in and tells the kid to get up. Yeah, and she was like, you can move down because I sit there every day and I want to sit there for the exam. First of all, if it was me, I would have never moved. My bro moved. She would have had to move me. Second of all, don't be that person.
That's how unassigned seats.
I understand that part, but it's an exam and it wasn't intentional. Don't be the person that embarrasses someone if they sit in your seat.
Because technically it's not your seat.
Yeah, but she came late. She came late.
If you come late, you see.
She came late. Yeah.
But I don't like that. Like you saw me sit there from the first day.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
And
that you want to put yourself there today.
The one day I come like 2-3 minutes late for class, you got your butt warming up my seat.
Like you were preparing to take my seat from day one. And if it's been like 5-6 classes, and if it's not an everyday class, even if it's once or twice a week, you see me sit there for the 5 or 6 classes.
You got
why are you sitting in that chair? What happened to your chair?
They just don't understand. And the seat be empty. Like, bro,
go back to where you belong. Yeah, honestly, I don't get it. Honestly,
back it up, bro.
You gotta back it up.
Some people, they just need to understand like classroom etiquette.
My thing is,
you gotta sit in the front too, though, especially for those people who wear glasses.
We can't see.
Like, you need to sit in the front because you think it's cute to sit in the back because you don't want the professor to call you. Trust me, the professor don't care about you.
No.
But
Speaking
for you,
of, you sit in the front, you make that connection with the professor. That professor will be your friend.
Bro, you need the recommendation letters.
You need those
Come
recommendation letters.
when you need to apply for internships,
or like
grad
master
school
programs,
yeah,
like,
come on.
you need to make friends with those professors because look, they'll make your classroom life beautiful.
And even if they're that harsh professor, if they see you in the front, don't be the student that over asks questions. They don't like that.
Don't be a smart ass.
Don't be a smart ass. But also ask the question when you're genuinely confused, because someone else in the back may be just as confused. And also answer questions if you know the answer, but don't overdo it.
Like, can you be
and
quiet?
don't be that person in your class that talks so much in the back with your friends or something that
don't
nobody
be
else can hear.
snickering.
Because honestly, you're gonna get a person like me that's gonna black on you in class and tell you shut up because I want to learn. Like,
don't be behind me like laughing and making jokes.
Honestly,
I'm gonna think you're
you
laughing
laugh
at me, even if
yep.
you're not.
and I'm gonna turn
I'ma
around
turn
like,
around
so is there a problem?
Yeah. And I've had to do that
you
so
wanna
many
fight?
times. And you don't want to be the crazy black girl, but you gotta be the crazy black
Do
girl.
you want to
Do
fight?
you want to fight?
Because every class I
It's
come
funny.
in, you ha ha ha,
Why
kiki
laughing
kiki
at
in the
it?
back.
I don't get the joke.
What's so funny?
What's the joke?
You're the joke.
I want to
get it.
laugh.
I want to laugh too, right? This class is whack.
And I like when those professors, they smart as hell, and the professors be calling them out on their BS.
I love
like,
the
what's
person
the
that
joke?
put that person that either talks too much or is not serious in the class in their place.
Or when they kick you out, you
Or when
know
they
it's
ask you a
when professor
question,
kick
when
you
they
out.
ask them a question and you know they don't know the answer, they just be like,
yeah.
They be like, what page were we on, sis?
I'm like, you don't even know.
Or they
Shut up.
reaching from like page 46, sis, we on page 90 now.
Right.
Like, what do
You
you
on the wrong chapter.
You way behind.
And another thing with chapters, make sure you like pay attention to the PowerPoint slides and don't only use the professor's PowerPoint slides because
YouTube,
like exactly like
Videos.
especially if you don't understand stuff, like make sure you're going over your take notes.
Yeah.
Don't be like me who bring their laptop to class and just stare at Fashion Nova.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Or like
it depends.
watch
It
movies.
depends because people like our 352 teacher who would skim through the whole PowerPoint and the class be done in 20 minutes. You can get away with that because you're reading along with them and you're not learning.
Exactly. You know, but like
so
make
kill
sure
time. Go on
pay-
Fashion Nova. Get you a nice fit for the weekend. You're gonna need it.
Don't do what she
Yeah, but at the same time, like if it's a class that you really need help with, like read at home, like read the chapter ahead. Like don't go to class unprepared because you're gonna be even more stuck.
Say that again. Say it again.
Repeat what you said, girl.
I couldn't hear you.
Say it again for the
People
culture.
in the back don't hear
Read
you.
your chapters before you
Thank
come
you.
to class, or
No,
else you're not
Thank
professional
you.
enough.
If you're a pre-med major like I am, I had to organic chemistry. First of all, pack yourself in a coffin before you get that class. Okay,
Will yourself in that coffin.
Will yourself into that classroom with that coffin because you're gonna need it because you're gonna die. Honestly, if someone didn't tell me to read the chapters before class, I would have
wouldn't pass.
failed. Because like I would go to class and then read it after and then catch on like, oh, I get this. But when I read it before,
you
listen
can
to class
engage
and
in
then
a
read it
conversation.
after, yo, I really felt like, okay, organic chem, who?
And you could be engaged, and you're engaged in the conversation. Like if you don't read anything before class start, you're unprepared. The professor's talking to you, you just staring at them like what?
Oh, like speaking of, start studying for your exams. I believe a week ahead or at least 2 weeks ahead when you're taking those serious classes. Tutoring is your best friend in college. I don't care how lazy you are. Go to the tutoring center. It is free. Go with your friends.
You don't have to pay for it.
You don't have to pay for it. And the people are sitting there getting paid to give you the answers. If you have a review sheet, if you have a study sheet,
bring
it.
Bring it.
I honestly, tutoring has saved my life.
That's
I'm not gonna lie. Because the final's gonna come around and finals could either make or break you. It doesn't matter if you got all A's all semester.
Honestly,
you feel that final, you feel that class.
I call it hell week. I don't care.
Like, I don't think I've ever missed that much sleep in my life.
I prepared to lose sleep for finals week. Like I know how the week's gonna come, so I prepare for it a month ahead. After spring break, you're not gonna sleep. Because after spring break, you come back with anxiety. Am I lying?
Facts.
No,
because you go away. Because a lot of people go away for spring break and come back and like, what is college?
They're not reading the textbooks. They're not catching up on the chapters. Like when you come back, the professor's like, "Oh, so last time we spoke, we expected you to read." Like,
bro, I don't
you
even
know
remember.
for a fact we wasn't gonna read that. We was in Cancun enjoying our time.
Yep, or PR or Miami Beach.
Getting drunk.
Listen,
or doing whatever
we don't drink. No drinking. Because I know if you're a freshman, you shouldn't be drinking. Don't drink.
Honestly, if your campus is a dry campus, like don't be one of
a lot of campuses are dry.
Don't be one of those students who you just don't care about the rules. And, like,
have your fun, but have safe fun.
Yeah, like
of course.
And have safe fun with safe friends.
Yeah,
safe fun, safe friends, safe sex.
I know you about to go in your bag. What should they do for class? Because you want to OT.
Just honestly, guys, like just go to class. Like, and we telling you because we've been there. We've had days where we don't want to go to class, where we don't go to class, and we rather go to the cafeteria
or FaceTime each other.
Class in 2 minutes, and she would be like, "Can you please come with me? I want a quesadilla." And then now I'm in the cafe getting a quesadilla that I don't even eat because she was hungry, and she doesn't walk me to class after.
I do walk you to class.
One time. Honestly, do not waste your absences the first week or the first 2 months of the semester. You're going to need it in that last month. You're going to need it after spring break or right before spring break when you got an early vacation. But do not be that person who doesn't come to class. And don't be that person that comes to class and asks me, what did we learn yesterday? Or do we have an exam
don't
today?
ask me nothing. Don't ask me.
Yo, you have an exam
You
today?
got the syllabus just like me.
Thank
so
you.
don't ask
It's
me.
in the, you're going to get a lot. It's in the syllabus.
You
Unless
want
you
to
have
be
a
in good
3.0,
academic
you know?
standing. You want to always be in good academic standing.
You want that dean's list. You want
like,
the medals. And you
even
also
if
want
you,
that recommendation from your professors. You need those A's.
Even if you can't get, like, if you're not even on the dean's list, but just make sure, like, because not everybody, you know, like, no matter how hard you work, exactly, like, no matter how hard you work, like, you just have certain circumstances. If you don't get it, you don't get it. No matter if you go to tutoring,
there are some limits to what you know and what you can't know, you know.
But just make sure you are trying your best. You feel me? If professors see that you're trying, they will be willing to help you.
Yes.
Like,
if they aren't, then I would say go to the department and snitch. I've done it.
That's big.
My dad told
me.
If they don't want to help you learn, they don't want to teach you properly, snitch.
And even with the friends thing, like, you really got to make sure that you do find those people that you could surround yourself with that will make you whole. Like, like, the people you meet your first semester while living on campus, you guys probably not even gonna be friends your senior year of college. All they want to do is party and smoke and drink. And some colleges, like, some students, like, it's so sad, like, they go to school and they're not even like that when they were home, but because they have these friends, they get in this crowd, like, they want to act a fool, and that's how you lose everything.
You don't have people back home that are hoping for them to come home with good grades. And if you fall into that, because they're not going to tell you to go to class. There's some friends who will not tell you, no, you have to get up and go to class. We don't play that. Like, there are friends that literally be like, you know what, you're not going to class, I'm coming to drag you out.
You need friends that'll keep you in check, and that's what a lot of students, they don't understand. Like, you just because, like, y'all dress the same, or, oh, she like wigs, I like wigs too, like, we gonna be best friends now.
Oh my God.
No, because then, like, when you guys have a huge falling out, like, you guys never built that foundation with each other.
You're gonna meet those potheads in college. I swear. People who don't go to class because they have to smoke.
Look, and we're not here to tell you what to do. We just here to, you know, make sure, like, if you do go to college, like, because we've seen it from an RE perspective, we've seen it from a resident perspective, we've seen it from students who've commuted to school, you know, like, so we know, and we've been in school for, you've been there for 4 years?
Yeah.
We've been there for 3 going on 4 now, so, like, we know, we've seen it all. Like, we're old.
Jesus.
It's kind of
we've
scary
been doing
because,
this
like,
for
a lot
long
of times,
time.
like, I'll see people post on social media, or, like, you'll talk to them and they'll talk about how they really regret ruining their freshman year because all they did was party and they kind of missed classes. And some of them are so smart, but they get sucked into that.
Let me tell you something. Let me school you girls right now, okay?
Classes in session.
Serious, sis.
That boy does not love you, okay? You are a beast, and that is what you will be. You will meet some guys that, you know, you guys will be great. And this isn't for everybody, because some people do find relationships and keep those relationships in college. But look, these freshman boys, they don't want to have a relationship. They want to thought and bop around.
And it's so
you know what
sad
they
because
do?
they're so good,
they're talking
but they're talking
to get you out your panties. That's it.
Some of them
are trying to be genuine, but you know what happens? Their friends get in their head,
and they get sucked in.
They get sucked in,
and they realize, like, you know what, I'm a good person, but all these girls
are
on me. Why would I say no if it's being called? You know, it's so hard. And then they just ruin themselves. But then those are the people that you wait for, and then